I think we want people to be able to come to a place where it's like they look forward to coming every single time they visit Sisters. My mom and dad, Winfield and Joy, they're originally from Beaverton, Oregon. And when they were in their 20s, they moved up to Alaska. They got their hands on this little tiny soup and sandwich spot called the Coffee Express. And it had a little roaster in there. That's how they kind of discovered coffee and fell in love with it. And they thought, well, what will always do well? And people are always gonna want coffee. And so they got into coffee roasting. They got into coffee in 1984. And I think my mom was just ready to be done living in Sitka. She wanted to get back to Oregon to be closer to family. But my mom didn't want to move back to Beaverton, where they were originally from, because she wanted to be somewhere more sunny. So they chose Sisters. We get a lot of sunshine here in the high desert, for sure. They moved to town, and I don't think anybody thought that we were gonna last through the winter. But the business did so well, they had to buy a larger roaster within the first 6 months. We roast 400,000 pounds a year in 50-pound batches. During the roasting process, if you just imagine the coffee turning in your dryer at home.
One of the big reasons why we're checking it a lot is just because the color will, change pretty drastically throughout the roasting process. So right now it's kind of this opaque white green. It's kind of a balancing act of how much you're able to leave in while still caramelizing sugars without destroying too many organic compounds.
We buy a lot of coffee from Colombia. We buy a lot of coffee from Ethiopia, from Brazil. Historically, the coffee industry has been a little opaque. Sometimes it's hard to figure out exactly where your coffee comes from. And so it's been a huge mission of ours to just improve traceability in coffee. I have 2 older brothers, and Justin and Jared, and together the 3 of us are all now owners of Sisters Coffee Company. I think our passion for carrying our parents' vision and their legacy forward and improving on it and building on it is just something that is very dear to our hearts, to my brothers and I. I think that's why we wanted to feel cozy, is because we wanted to feel like you can, show up for your morning coffee in your PJs, like you're at home.